Hello YouTube, and welcome back from my stoep, or as the Americans will call it, a veranda. I'm finished with my series, and someone mentioned, yes, there's a storm brewing. Excited. Someone mentioned that we would love to hear a review on South African tobacco. Now I must confess, and you will know from my previous videos, that I'm not very patriotic about the issue of South African tobacco, and not very harsh words that I had in the past on South African tobaccos, and the lack of availability of proper tobacco, and especially also imported tobaccos. I have, and you will see from my previous earlier videos, I have reviewed some of the house blends which some of the tobacconists in South Africa do offer. With two of them was not too bad. The rest I was not very fond of. I felt too much Virginias and aromatics, and not enough English blends. Actually, the only English and Balkan blend I could find was a tobacconist in Cape Town. But for the rest, very limited ranges of tobacco. But as I said, house blends, with other words, blending by maybe the owner or whoever in that tobacconist. But there are four specific blends or tobaccos that you can buy. I think there's only two distributors, and I might be wrong, but I think there's only two distributors of tobacco in South Africa. The one is van Erkoms, and the other one is Leonard Dinglers or something like that, or Dinglers, or yeah. In my next review I'll refer to that. Now, van Erkoms is the one providing most of the tobaccos to the tobacconists, but they do sell packaged tobaccos. For example, this is one, Fox van Erkoms, and the other one is Jock. So Jock is also van Erkoms tobacco, and is renamed after, many of you will know the story of Jock of the Bushveld, the faithful dog that went through heroic things to protect his owner while roaming in the early 1900s the Bushveld, and that's why it is called Jock the Loyal Friend, meaning that this tobacco will also be your loyal friend. So I decided to do reviews on these tobacco, with other words, not tobacconist blends, house blends, but as raw as you can buy them from the distributor. May I also say that these tobacco are anywhere available, and they are very cheap. They are about $2 to $3 for 50 gram, with other words 2 ounce. And this is also the tobacco that most of our grandparents and parents would have smoked in the early days of pipe smoking, because before the refinement of tobaccos, this was what was available: Horseshoe, Boxer, BB, Jock, Fox, and this is what was available. So I'm going to review this, and I'm smoking it in my Stanwell Plateau. Now I must say, as I said, I was very unpatriotic and very harsh in my comments on South African tobacco, but this tobacco surprised me big time. When I opened the packet and I've decanted it into a tin, but when you open the plastic pouch, it was a very what did I write here? A very satisfying, satisfying fresh smell of tobacco, with slight notes of vanilla and maybe caramel, but very slight. So you'll never recognize necessarily a sweet note there, but just this little bit of caramel vanilla flavor. May I also say that what I've also noted is that you get the Scottish blend and Danish blend and English blends and American blends, and which is kind of a classification of tobaccos. But I've never read about African blends, and I think we should start classifying African blends, because this is, there's no comparison or anything that I can say. Yes, there's notes of this, of American or this. It is. I think it's because the climate of South Africa and Zimbabwe and the southern African countries are much hotter, so there's less sugar in the tobacco. So I think that might be the reason why the African tobaccos and these South African tobaccos that I will review has got a more spiciness, less sweet, definitely more stronger than normal, which I like, and a very earthy, moldy, but very fresh, earthy smell. And that's what I picked up here. It was this fresh tobacco, earthy tobacco smell that I got, with that faint notes of caramel and vanilla, which is very nice and pleasing and surprising. And at first light, the first time you light it, it was this burst of earthy African smell. It's like it's like, I don't know how many of you were in South Africa in the past, but it's like a fresh winter's morning in the bushveld, where you've got this fresh, earthy, bushveld smell. So that was very nice. Very prominent, this fresh winter, earthy, moldy smell at first light, and then on the second pull you get this burst of spiciness, and not peppery spicy that you normally get from, for example, Perique, but a more cloves-like spiciness that was evident. So now where's my lighter now? So let's light it again. Again, full of aroma. This earthy, ground-like smell and aroma and taste, and then on second thought you get this surprising, interesting vanilla caramelish flavor, but not sweet, just that that flavor and taste and aroma. And I'm having it with a very nice sparkling water and lemon. I assume, or I will say that this will also be very nice with a whiskey or even a red wine. I can just imagine that earthiness would be very nice. What I also noticed, which was also very nice, is that it's not as if this flavor that you got when the first time you light it is throughout the bowl. It's every time you light, you get a new, a new surprise, a new flavor that's enhanced. In the beginning, the vanilla, the earthiness. Later in the bowl, more of the spiciness. So yeah, and surprising every now and then throughout the bowl. So overall, I would say the further you go down in the bowl, the more the spiciness comes out. Overall, very, very interesting, very surprising, very pleasing tobacco. Something that you could smoke all day. I'm not sure what's in it. I suspect it is Virginia, local grown Virginia type of tobacco. I'm not even sure whether it's cased or whether it's aromatics were added, or whether it is during the curing process that you get this caramel, or it's even the temperature. I don't know. There's no information. I will try and find information on it, but all I can say is just a nice, surprising tobacco. And on the package, the only thing that they will say here is, although over 100 years have passed since Jock of the Bushveld faithfully served his master, the concepts of friendship, loyalty and bravery are still as fresh as ever. And it's these ideals that have been captured in the unique taste of Jock tobacco, a real friend whenever you need it. Skillfully blended for the connoisseur who appreciates the ultimate pleasure of a loyal friend and a really good smoke. Right, so made under license from Van Erkoms Tobaccos, medium strong, the loyal friend, and that's all they say on the parcel. So I'm not sure what it is, but I can tell you it's worth trying to find it. It is really surprisingly nice, and I will definitely keep this as an all-day type of smoke, especially when I cannot get my English blends, which I do like locally. So I will definitely revert to this then when my tobacco is low, my imported tobacco. So friends, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed this review. And subscribe, come back, leave comments. If you need some of these tobacco, I am willing to send some through to the States. Enjoy your day and keep puffing, and watch out for the next one on Fox. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.